Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I'm Sarita. I have a very strange review for you today, and I feel like I need to apologize for it right off because these two candles are not readily available for anybody to buy, and they're very odd. But I feel as though I need to record this for posterity because these two candles have become my two favorite candles to burn over the last month and a half, 2 months. I love them so much that I'm beginning to ration them and scour the internet for how I can get more of them. And spoiler alert, I can't. Just they're just beautiful candles. I love every aspect of them. So these are two candles that I found at my local grocery store, which is Harris Teeter, which is now bought by Kroger. So it's basically a Kroger store, okay? I walked into the store, I don't know, 2 months ago, little less than. And I was walking in the door and they had all these shopping carts in the front, like filled with all kinds of clearance stuff. And it was right after Mother's Day, so they had all these clearance Mother's Day items. And they had an entire cart full of seasonal Mother's Day candles. And they had 4 different varieties. Like, this cart was full of them. And the two that I ended up bringing home is this one called World's #1 Mom, and this one called Happy Mother's Day. Okay? I mean, they look cheap, and they were cheap. Here is the price tag right here. $3.75 general merchandise. They were like 75 or more than 75% off, like 90% off. Because I think these actually went for about, I think it was like maybe 18 bucks or something. Although I doubt that they went for 18 originally. You know, it was probably just one of those cheap candles that like they constantly had on sale. They never really sell them at the like sticker price. Anyway, the company is Empire Candle. There's what that looks like. And I looked it up, and Empire Candle Company is Tuscany. Tuscany does a brisk business of candles in Kroger stores, various different, just very like mid-level grocery stores. And for me personally, and I hope I'm not offending anyone, Tuscany is kind of scraping the barrel. Really scraping the bottom of the barrel in terms of candle quality and everything else. I always smell all the Tuscany candles because I'm attracted to candles like moths to flame, you know? Man, they are, for the most part, quite bad. And it's almost as if those Tuscany candles lean into the fact that they are really bad candles. I mean, they're aggressive. They often smell extremely synthetic. They're obviously probably made with fairly cheap inputs. And they're sold fairly cheaply. So I have never bought a Tuscany candle before. And when I saw these candles like sitting in that cart, I was like, oh man, these are going to be nasty AF, you know? And then I started smelling them and I was like, wait, what? Wait, what? These two candles, and these were the best, these two, but all of them were sophisticated, blended properly, could have gone for a much more expensive kind of company. I have never smelled candles like this from Tuscany. If they made candles like this, I would be a regular customer. These two are so fantastic. I can't stand it. And they are in my wheelhouse, but they are literally the most odd candles in the world. So World's #1 Mom, which is my favorite one here. It's a limited edition soy blend candle. And the 3 notes given here are orange, lemon, and sandalwood. And nothing could be farther from the truth. There is literally no citrus in this at all. It is, I mean, there may be sandalwood. It is very austere, very herbal, and very woody. So it could be sandalwood, but I'm getting a ton of cedar wood, a ton. Maybe even like a Palo Santo. Very dry. Oh gosh, it's gorgeous. And both of them burn like a champ. They pull in no time. They burn amazingly. There's no soot to speak of. Incredible. I very rarely have to trim the wicks. And the strength and the throw on these are easily 7.5s, if not 8s, both of them. Yeah, this is a very masculine leaning candle, which makes the whole thing so much more hilarious. What, like, traditional or standard mom is gonna want this? I mean, they might have been able to brand it maybe for Father's Day. This is a masculine candle if there ever was one, and it's a sophisticated masculine candle. I mean, Bath & Body Works would be lucky to have a scent like this. Kringle would be happy to have a scent like this. Second one is Happy Mother's Day. The notes are more spot on for this. Ocean breeze, eucalyptus, and sea salt. And I don't think I've spelled that many candles. You know, there's so many candles called like ocean breeze, ocean mist, sea breeze, you know, that sort of thing. I've never smelled a candle that really smells so beautifully like a sea breeze. This one is very aquatic. Very aquatic. Yes, I think it does have some eucalyptus. It has some nice herbal notes to it, but they're very subdued and blended so beautifully with a very strong aquatic note. I wouldn't say sea salt necessarily, but I understand conceptually that that's the direction they're going. There's a sweetness to it that comes from maybe vanilla. I think there's some vanilla, some creaminess, some maybe even sandalwood underneath, maybe some amber. So you've got this warmth and this fullness in the bottom. At the top you have these beautiful, like, but thinner, aquatic kind of notes. And they shouldn't go together, and they really do. It's fantastic. This goes much more cool and sweet and aquatic, whereas this one is very dry and very woody. These could both be like I said, maybe for Father's Day, but even if they were like generic Father's Day candles, I would still be impressed. Like, the quality of these two is beyond anything that I have burned lately from Bath & Body Works, from Kringle. I mean, these are superb candles, and I'm beginning to wonder if they were some sort of mistake, because I've never seen Tuscany do this kind of thing. They generally don't do a whole lot of really good conceptual fragrances. You're just lucky if you can get, like, a good gourmand from them, like cinnamon roll or something like that. And gourmand fragrances tend to be a little bit more forgiving in that respect, especially if you have cheaper inputs. But to have a really nice conceptual cedarwood Palo Santo herb candle from Tuscany, just stop. Hold the phone. I don't even know what to say. Now I'm, of course, kicking myself for not having bought so many more of them at $3.75. And I'm hoping that they come out next Mother's Day. It's the only hope that I have. But like I said, these are, to my nose, very masculine leaning candles. So I just find it hard to believe that mainline moms or buyers of moms are gonna think that these are appropriate candles to buy for Mother's Day. Like, there's nothing floral. There's really nothing terribly sweet, although this one is a little bit sweeter than this one is. I don't know what to say. Like I said, both of them are burning beautifully and burning fairly slow as well, because I've burned these really for a fairly long time. These are 12 ounces, so they're not even as big as a Bath & Body Works. They are a little bit narrower in their circumference, or diameter, and they have the 3 wicks, so they burn extremely well. They have no trouble like pulling in a pretty good amount of time. like I said, strength and throw on both. I would say this one's a little bit stronger, definitely in the 7.5 to 8. This one might be more of a 7 to 7.5, but I don't know what to say. I just needed you all to know that. I guess the moral of this story is you can find amazing candles in some of the most bizarre places, and when you least expect it, you know? Oftentimes you get what you pay for, but sometimes that's not the case. If you bought these candles or have any thoughts about them, will you please leave me a note? I'm sorry that you can't go buy them and you can't go smell them yourself because they're incredible. For me, I would be surprised if these weren't in the top of the candles that I burned this year. So I'm definitely going to go a little bit easier and not be so disrespectful toward Tuscany. If you really like a Tuscany candle, let me know too. I would love to know that because I do try to smell all of their candles in the grocery store every time I go, just to see if there's a treasure to be had, you know? All right, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for your patience, for your indulgence. And I noticed that I just broke 100 subscribers on my channel, and I'm so happy. Thank you so much, my friends. I have not been doing this. It hasn't even been a year yet. And when I started, it was kind of on a lark. I didn't tell any of my friends. Like, I just did it. And I actually didn't even do much YouTube watching before about a year ago. And I was looking for a Kringle review. And then I found all of these amazing reviewers. Melanie, Mr. Kong's mom, and Brett, Philly Candleman, and Kevin Campbell, and Spooky Villages guy, Doug, or whatever his name is. He's so amazing. I wish he would do more candle reviews. I've really encountered so many people that are so incredible. And I thought to myself, I have a ton of candles and I have a lot of opinions. So I'm gonna try this. Why not? You know? But I just really thank you if you are subscribed or you've been watching my channel. I know I'm a super baby channel and super new, but I really appreciate it. I appreciate the audience. I'll see you guys in the next one.